Church bells rang across Charleston this morning to remember the 9 people killed Wednesday night at the Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church. As the bells rang, members of the church held their first worship service since the tragedy. And A.M.E. churches in Hampton Roads also went on with their normal Sunday services. In Norfolk, a message of forgiveness at St. John's A.M.E. on Butte Street. 10 on your side's Joe Fisher was there for the energized morning of worship.
Deanna, energized to learn something meaningful from the shooting in South Carolina. And while the pastor tells me there is concern among local A.M.E. churchgoers about security, hundreds still showed up today emotional and with heavy hearts for their brothers and sisters in Charleston.
Why did it happen? I don't know.
There's joyful noise at a time of extreme sadness at Virginia's FirstAME Church.
He said, if you don't forgive, I'll do the same thing to you that he did in the Bible.
Pastor Burton calling on his congregation to forgive the man who destroyed so much, killing 9 people in South Carolina.
It made me feel just terrible.
Miriam Williams, now 84 years old, was brought up in the A.M.E. Church just an hour outside Charleston before moving to Hampton Roads.
If we don't forgive, it's like a cancer. It'll eat you to pieces.
But with forgiveness, she says there's still questions, still a lot of prayer about the targeted attack.
That's hard to believe that he couldn't have changed his mind.
The violence just another example of where she believes the race issue stands in America.
Instead of the races coming together, they seem to be separating.
Moving forward, there's a renewed conversation on church security with more than 8,000 A.M.E. churches around the globe.
It could have happened at any, it could have happened here.
Pastor Burton hoping from tragedy comes triumph, and he says it starts with saying, I forgive.
We have become so reactive. It's time for us to become proactive. We need to start dealing with the fact that there are a lot of people out here who are hurting. There are a lot of.
And tomorrow, St. John's A.M.E. will host a prayer service for the 9 victims of the Charleston shooting. It will start at 7 o'clock and is open to the public. Pastor Burton tells me he has already called on the Norfolk Police Department to have a presence there. I'm Joe Fisher, 10 on your side.